Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns is set to enter WWE Royal Rumble for the first time in 5 years without a championship and as an entrant in the gimmick match. Recently, Matthew Rehwoldt, FKA Aiden English, thinks the original Tribal Chief could win the match for the second time due to a major reason. Earlier this month, Paul Heyman announced Roman Reigns' entry into the men's gimmick match, which shocked several stars in the locker room. The original Tribal Chief hasn't appeared since his win over Solo Sikoa and focused all his attention on a potential win at the event. Speaking on the Rebooked Wrestling podcast, Matthew Rehwoldt, FKA Aiden English, thinks Roman Reigns could win and CM Punk would then use his favor from Paul Heyman and the original Tribal Chief, the Second City Saint, and Cody Rhodes would have a triple threat match for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns, OTC, wins the Royal Rumble. Gets his shot to go against Cody Rhodes again to correct that wrong and correct his major mistake as champion. CM Punk cashes in his favor, Paul Heyman, to make it a triple threat match. So, we don't have the same main event 3 years in a row, English said. From 41:58 to 42:25. WWE Hall of Famer thinks The Rock might cost Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble 2025. Earlier this year, The Rock made a cameo appearance on Raw's Netflix debut and coronated Roman Reigns as the true Tribal Chief when he defeated Solo Sikoa to regain the Ulafala. However, the final boss moniker was dropped to a larger extent, and reports have stated that Dwayne Johnson won't compete at WrestleMania 41. Speaking on Busted Open, WWE Hall of Famer Bubba Ray Dudley, aka Bully Ray, thinks The Rock can get back into the fold heading into WrestleMania 41 if he changes the rules to the Royal Rumble match and costs Roman Reigns after he wins the gimmick match. Other than The Rock entering at 31. Like, if Roman Reigns were to win and The Rock changed the rules and entered at 31, something crazy like that, Dudley said. From 2400 hours 35 to 2400 hours 45. It'll be interesting to see what the original Tribal Chief does at WWE Royal Rumble 2025 and if he could punch his ticket to WrestleMania 41. The road to WrestleMania 41 is already shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable in WWE history, but one former superstar believes the company's biggest attraction, Roman Reigns, will once again find himself in the main event, and he's got a compelling reason why. A former WWE star, who requested anonymity but is well connected in the industry, recently revealed to insiders that Roman Reigns could be the favorite to win the 2025 Royal Rumble match. While that may come as a shock to some, considering that Reigns has spent years dominating WWE as the undisputed Universal Champion, the reasoning behind it makes a lot of sense. This might surprise people, but WWE knows how big Roman Reigns is for business, the ex-WWE talent said. He's too valuable to fade into the background after losing his title. If anything, the company is probably looking for a way to put him back into the WrestleMania spotlight, and the Royal Rumble is the easiest path to do it. But is WWE truly willing to go this route? And what are the chances that Reigns reclaims his position at the top so soon? Let's break it down. Roman Reigns hasn't won a Royal Rumble in nearly a decade. Despite his dominance as the Tribal Chief, it has been almost 10 years since Roman Reigns last won the Royal Rumble. His first and only Rumble victory came in 2015, an event that was met with heavy backlash from fans who wanted Daniel Bryan to win instead. Since then, Reigns has been in multiple Rumble matches but has never won again. However, a decade later, the circumstances have completely changed. Reigns is no longer the underdog forced down fans' throats, he's now an established main event megastar with a legacy that rivals the likes of The Rock, John Cena, and even Stone Cold Steve Austin. If WWE were to book Reigns as the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble, it wouldn't be a forced push, it would be a natural progression of his storyline, especially if he has unfinished business with someone who took his title. Roman Reigns' redemption arc after losing the title. One of the biggest reasons why Reigns winning the Rumble makes sense is that he needs a redemption arc after finally losing his championship. Reigns has been the face of WWE for the past 4 years, holding on to the undisputed WWE Universal Championship longer than anyone in modern history. However, at some point, whether it be at Survivor Series 2024 or even WrestleMania 41, Reigns is bound to lose his title. The moment that happens, the entire Bloodline saga will shift. Reigns' loss could trigger an emotional, rage-filled storyline where he feels betrayed by his family, management, or even himself. A humbled Reigns, no longer the all-powerful champion, fighting his way back up through the Royal Rumble could be the ultimate way to showcase his resilience and re-establish himself as the undeniable leader of WWE. As the ex-WWE star put it, Roman has been on top for so long that people forget what it looks like when he has to chase something. The Royal Rumble could be WWE's way of making him earn his way back to the top. It would add an entirely new layer to his character. The Brock Lesnar factor, a parallel story? If Roman Reigns does win the 2025 Royal Rumble, it wouldn't be the first time WWE has done something similar with a dominant champion. Brock Lesnar's 2022 Royal Rumble win followed a similar pattern. He lost his WWE Championship earlier that night, entered the Rumble at number 30, and won the match to set up a WrestleMania showdown with Reigns. Could history repeat itself? If Reigns loses his title at Royal Rumble 2025, he could enter the match as a surprise entrant and bulldoze through the competition to punch his ticket to WrestleMania 41. Unlike in 2022, though, this would be Roman's way of reclaiming his status rather than simply staying on top. This would be a high-risk, high-reward decision for WWE. Some fans might reject the idea of another dominant superstar winning the Rumble, but if the story is told correctly, showing Reigns as a warrior clawing his way back, it could lead to one of the most compelling Royal Rumble victories of all time. Roman Reigns vs. Cody Rhodes 2? One of the most talked about potential WrestleMania 41 matches is a rematch between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Rhodes famously defeated Reigns at WrestleMania 40 to finish his story and finally win the WWE Championship. But if Roman were to win the Royal Rumble in 2025, it would set up a high-stakes rematch between the two megastars on the grandest stage. The twist? This time, Roman would be the one trying to finish his story. Instead of walking into WrestleMania as the defending champion, he'd be a challenger, a man who lost everything but fought his way back to the top through sheer will. This would flip the dynamic completely from their previous match, and it could add unmatched emotional weight to their rivalry. According to the ex-WWE star, people forget that Roman never had to fight his way back to the top in years. If WWE goes this route, they're creating one of the biggest stories in wrestling history. What are the chances of Roman winning the Rumble? While nothing is set in stone, Reigns winning the 2025 Royal Rumble is definitely a possibility that cannot be ignored. WWE loves to build WrestleMania around its biggest stars, and with The Rock's availability uncertain, John Cena only making part-time appearances, and Cody Rhodes already established, Roman remains the company's most bankable name. That said, WWE will need to be careful with how they execute this. If Reigns steamrolls through the Rumble without any obstacles, it could feel predictable. But if he struggles, starting early in the match, facing betrayals, and enduring an emotional battle, it could make his victory feel earned. The ex-WWE star summed it up best. If Roman wins the Rumble, it has to be in a way that surprises people. Maybe he enters early, maybe he's beaten down, maybe he almost loses. But if WWE books it correctly, it could be one of the best Royal Rumble stories in years. Final thoughts: is WWE ready to pull the trigger? Roman Reigns winning the 2025 Royal Rumble is not just a realistic scenario, it's one that could define the next era of WWE. Whether fans love it or hate it, his presence is still unmatched, and a Rumble victory would set the stage for another legendary WrestleMania moment. With WWE's landscape constantly evolving, only time will tell if Reigns truly reclaims his throne. But one thing is for sure, if the Tribal Chief enters the Royal Rumble, the entire WWE universe will be watching. And if he wins, the entire road to WrestleMania 41 could be turned upside down.